Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. I think this is the first film of a three-parter. Hello there, namaste. So we're finally getting to the peak of the story. We're finally getting to the end of it all. And I gotta say, I feel like all of it should have been done as movies, but then it probably wouldn't have gained as much popularity. But there's something about it. Like for me, the seasons felt slow for everything to take place in one small space. However, I'm a One Piece fan, so I'm on thin ice with this argument. But the movie, it really did flow naturally. They're able to show like villains' backstories. They're able to show characters. They're able to show like with silhouettes and people seeing like the ghosts of their parents, the ghosts of their friends, the ghosts, and we get a flashback. I freaking love it all. And that's one thing that like this show is like, oh, I remember One Piece did this, and I hate that. I hate that my mind is going to that. I've spent 20 years in that series, okay? Oh, 20 plus years in One Piece. So, of course, my mind's gonna go, oh, yeah, we're getting a villain's backstory. Oh, they're not bad people. But I gotta say, I absolutely did enjoy this series. You go straight into it, and it starts with a flashback as to why it's all happening. We were using him as bait, the Demon Slayer Corps leader as bait. And then all of a sudden, it cuts straight to the end of the final season that we got, where they're falling into the Infinity Castle. And I thought the story was finally going to take off. And then the credits roll, and it's like, the movie. It's like the Avengers. It's like, see them in the next Avengers movie, back when the Avengers was good. But I was worried. It was just like, I didn't think it would be able to put everything into one story, but then it's like, oh, they're splitting it into several different parts. And with that, I absolutely do love it. They're able to focus in on certain characters. They're able to focus in on certain things. And of course, we're going to lose our side. We're going to lose some Demon Slayers. Of course we are. But the goal is to finish the war. They want to end it all in peace. They want to become the victors. I do feel like they should have added 20 minutes of like what led up to it. Like, you know, the battle where they're all fighting and then they stab him and then everyone gets dropped into the Infinity Castle. I think that would have been a nice addition, because for me, my brain was trying to play catch up immediately because I didn't go back and rewatch it all. And I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, that's why he's in that weird little flesh bubble thing. But I gotta say, I don't want to do spoilers, but yes, we are gonna lose some Demon Corps members. We're gonna have to. It's just gonna be, if you know, you know. I gotta say, there's only two things that make me worried, because one of them is you can't go into this film, and of course you can't. It's the sequel to like a 4 or 5, the series. It's a sequel to the series, and it's gonna end it all. You can't go into it and not know anything. You probably can if you watch all 3, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do flashbacks to hint at certain things, but you'll never get all the nuance. And the second issue is that this series is filled with tourists. This series is filled with tourists. I walk into my local cinema. There is one with subtitles, and guess what? It is in the smallest theater room. There were 2 screenings with dubs in the biggest theaters. How much brain rot do you have to have? Oh, and guess what? The dubbed ones were sold out. Why the heck were the dubbed ones sold out? Seriously, I had to watch it in the tiny theater because I'm not a tourist. I've been at this for years. Yeah, we should have gatekept harder. Yes, I'm glad that anime's starting to make more money and is starting to rule here in the West, because the West doesn't know how to do entertainment, doesn't know how to do escapist stories, doesn't know how to do any of that anymore. But we got to gatekeep these people that don't seem to know how to read properly, or don't seem to understand what anime truly is. But other than those 2 things, this series is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, you can talk about, oh, well, they could have killed this person at this point in time very easily, but they had to stop and talk. It's anime. It comes with the territory. It's just, I see that scene and I'm like, they're pulling that anime cliche that he literally has the perfect amount of time to behead this demon right here. But of course, they need to make it carry on. I don't mind. You get used to it over time. And I mean, how are they going to introduce dialogue, and how are they going to introduce like who these characters are if they don't stop and talk to while they're fighting? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to see this end, but at the same time, my brain's been rotted by One Piece. I'm not gonna lie, it's been rotted by One Piece because I've been invested in that story that's constantly been progressing for 20 plus years, and I got invested in a new series that literally it's been out for like, what, 7 years and it's already ending? I guess I gotta say, one other thing I had an issue with, and I hope they actually have more of him in the third one. My favorite character is Inazuke. the fact that he really wasn't in it. He was pulling a Zorro the entire film, I guess, running around, going the wrong direction. I mean, it's funny if you watch One Piece, but I wanted to see him fight. He's my favorite character. You only really get him in 3 scenes. One of them, he's falling in the Infinity Castle. 2, you get a flashback with him. 3, he's pulling a Zorro, running around, not knowing where he's going. But other than that, every other character actually is gold. I actually like them. They're very well done. It's anime. You're always going to love the characters. You're always going to feel the impact when something sad happens. Even if it's a demon. As soon as you get a backstory for the demon and realize how they got there, you feel sad. I mean, I gotta feel. I felt sad for that. I'm not going to say names because you know if you've seen it, but I'm trying not to do any spoilers, so people who watch this are going to be like, what the heck is this moron talking about? And the people who have seen it are going to be like, yeah, that one right there really hit. But wait a minute. Maybe it was that one he's talking about. But wait a minute. Maybe it was that. Exactly. Anyway, I recommend this series. It absolutely is worth watching. You can't just go to the cinemas and watch this and be like, now I understand everything that's going on. You just won't. I mean, you can go and be introduced to anime, but the good thing is it's the first part of, I guess, a trilogy of movies. So you'll have time to go back, get caught up on everything before it leads to the conclusion. So if you're interested in that route, do that. Watch it in cinemas, see if you get a feel for the animation, see if you get a feel for the story they're trying to tell. Go back and find out everything that you missed prior, because it's important. It's important. Absolutely phenomenal film. I absolutely recommend this. I need to start reviewing more anime. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.